Your credit score is important. It affects everything from whether you get a loan to what interest rate you may pay on your mortgage.
And despite an unstable economy, La Crosse residents have managed to keep their credit scores healthy. News 8's Jenna Traum joins us live in her studio with a closer look. La Crosse has the 10th highest average credit score in the country, and it's not the only Wisconsin city with a comparatively high score this year. In fact, Wisconsin dominated the list, snagging 4 of the top 10 spots. Do you know what your credit score is?
No.
Have you ever checked it?
No.
If you haven't checked your credit score in a while either, you might want to take a look. You might like what you see. That's because the city of La Crosse has the 10th highest average credit score in the country. Cities high up on the list compiled by credit bureau Experian tend to have low unemployment. La Crosse is one of them.
We haven't had as high of a level of unemployment in the upper Midwest. La Crosse and Wisconsin specifically is what other parts of the country have. So I think there's more of an ability perhaps for our residents to repay the debt that they've got than what some of the other areas have experienced.
Cities with the highest credit scores also tend to have less debt.
People that live here tend to not have as much debt as what other parts of the country have. Our housing costs are lower, cost of living is lower, and so they're not as debt-ridden as what other parts of the country tend to be.
Out of a ranking system that ranged from 501 to 990, La Crosse got a score of 777. It ranks higher than most, but some say that's not good enough.
La Crosse's rating of 777 is in that range of about a C+ according to the rating. So it doesn't mean that we're, doing stellar with this, but oftentimes people will say, oh, this is really good.
And it's important to keep in mind the score doesn't represent everyone's financial health in the city.
I don't want people to use that as a false conception across the board, because we are just like every other city. We have people who have credit issues and problems. We may not have it at the magnitude or the scope that they do, but it's here, and we need to work with those families as well.
Wausau actually had the highest average credit score in the country, with an average score of 789. The national average is 749. Madison and Green Bay also made the top 10.
All right, thank you, Jenna. Now, you can look up your own credit score on annualcreditreport.com. According to federal law, you're entitled to one free report once a year.